How does a man who looked too small, too slow, and too limited for heavyweight boxing become the only undefeated heavyweight champion in history? Rocky Marciano did not look like the perfect fighter. He was shorter than most heavyweights. His reach was unusually short. He was not smooth, and he was not elegant. But none of that stopped him. He kept coming forward, kept hitting, and kept breaking men down. By the time he walked away from the sport, he had won all 49 of his professional fights, with 43 knockouts. That record still stands as one of boxing's greatest achievements. This is the story of a fighter who turned every weakness into strength, became one of the hardest punchers the sport has ever seen, and left the world far too soon. A hard beginning. Before he became Rocky Marciano, he was Rocco Francis Marchegiano, born in Brockton, Massachusetts in 1923. He grew up in a poor working-class Italian family, the oldest of 6 children. Life was not easy, and from the beginning, he had to learn toughness. As a baby, he nearly died from pneumonia, but he survived. In many ways, that early fight for life felt like the first sign of the man he would become. As a boy, Rocky loved sports. He played football and spent a lot of time dreaming about baseball. In fact, baseball was his first real passion. He wanted to make it to the major leagues, and for a long time, that dream mattered more to him than boxing ever did. But life pushed him in a different direction. He left school young to help support his family and work difficult jobs, including work in a shoe factory. Watching his father struggle with hard factory labor left a deep mark on him. Rocky knew he did not want that life forever. He wanted a way out. War changes everything. In 1943, during World War II, Rocky was drafted into the army. He was sent overseas, and that is where his life began to change. At first, boxing was not a career plan. It was simply something that happened around him. He got into fights with other soldiers and earned a reputation for being far more dangerous than he looked. Later, while stationed in the United States, he put on gloves in a gym and impressed people with his raw strength. One officer saw something in him and encouraged him to take boxing seriously. Rocky entered army boxing events, and even without polished technique, he began knocking men out. The power was real. The skill still needed work, but the power was impossible to ignore. After the war, though, he still did not fully commit to boxing. He went back home, worked for low pay, and held on to his baseball dream. For a while, it seemed like boxing might just be a side path, not his future. The baseball dream dies. Rocky got a real chance in baseball when he earned a tryout with the Chicago Cubs. This was the dream he had carried for years. But it did not work out. He had some talent, but he also had flaws, and an injury to his throwing arm hurt his chances badly. He was cut, and suddenly the sport he loved most was no longer an option. That failure changed everything. Back in Brockton, Rocky was staring at a hard future. Factory work, manual labor, and a life he had always wanted to escape. So he made a decision. If baseball was over, then boxing would become his last big chance. His mother did not want him to fight. She knew boxing was dangerous. But Rocky made up his mind. He was going to bet on himself. Built all wrong for greatness. On paper, Rocky did not look like a future heavyweight champion. He was short for the division. He had a very short reach. He was not quick on his feet, and many trainers thought he was too awkward to go far. Some people told him to quit before he even started. But Rocky had one thing they could not measure fully: determination. He also had a close friend, Ali Colombo, who believed in him enough to help guide him. Soon, Rocky connected with manager Al Weil and trainer Charlie Goldman. That changed his career. Goldman did not try to turn Rocky into a graceful boxer. Instead, he built a style around Rocky's body and strengths. He trained him to crouch low, move forward, close distance, and attack with non-stop pressure. If Rocky could not outbox taller men from the outside, then he would get inside and break them apart. That style became his identity. Rocky also trained with extreme discipline. He lived like a monk before fights. He ran hard, sparred heavily, and denied himself comfort. He was not chasing style points. He was building a machine, a dangerous rise. Once his professional career began, Rocky moved quickly. He started knocking people out one after another. Early on, many of his fights ended fast. He was rough, he was raw, but he hit with shocking force. Soon, his record kept growing, and people began to realize he was more than just another local puncher. One of the darkest early moments came in a fight against Carmine Vingo. Rocky knocked him out badly, and Vingo suffered a serious brain injury. Rocky was deeply affected by what happened and refused to fight again until he knew Vingo had survived. It was a reminder that his punching power was not just exciting. It was dangerous in the most serious way. Around this time, his last name was also simplified from Marciano to Marciano, making it easier for fans and announcers to say. The new name stuck, and so did his image, a small heavyweight with a frightening right hand and endless will. From prospect to contender. Rocky kept winning, but critics were not fully convinced. Some thought he looked crude. Others thought his record had been built carefully. That changed when he started beating stronger and more respected opponents. A key win over Rex Lane helped prove he was a real contender, not just a regional attraction. By this point, the boxing world had to take him seriously. He was not the prettiest heavyweight, but he was one of the most relentless. Once he got close enough to land, fights often changed in a hurry. Then came one of the biggest moments of his rise, a fight against the legendary Joe Louis. Beating an idol. Joe Louis was one of Rocky's heroes. Rocky did not even want that fight at first. But the fight happened, and it became a powerful symbol, the old great champion against the rising new force. At first, Louis still showed his class. He had experience, timing, and skill. But Rocky kept pushing. He kept closing space, kept attacking, and eventually overwhelmed him. In the final sequence, Rocky knocked Louis through the ropes and ended the great champion's career for good. Rocky did not celebrate like a cold killer. He was emotional. He knew what Joe Louis meant to boxing, and he hated being the man who had to do that to his idol. That reaction said a lot about him. He could be brutal in the ring, but he was not heartless. Winning the heavyweight title. The biggest test of Rocky's life came against Jersey Joe Walcott for the heavyweight championship. Walcott was smart, skilled, and experienced. He gave Rocky enormous trouble. In fact, this was one of the hardest fights of Marciano's career. He was hurt, cut, and behind on points. At one stage, he could barely see properly. But Rocky had one gift that never left him: the power to change a fight with one punch. In the 13th round, he landed a massive right hand that knocked Walcott out and made him heavyweight champion of the world. It was one of the most famous punches in boxing history. That night changed his life forever. The boy from Brockton, the son of poor immigrants, had climbed all the way to the top of the sport. A champion who kept proving it. Some champions win the title, but cannot hold it. Rocky was different. He defended his belt again and again. He beat Walcott in the rematch, then faced Roland Lastarza again, and settled old doubts by stopping him. Then came Ezzard Charles, one of the smartest and most skilled fighters of his era. Their first fight was hard and close, and Charles became the first man to take Rocky the full 15 rounds. But Rocky still won. The rematch was even more dramatic. Rocky suffered one of the worst cuts in boxing history when his nose was split badly. He was in real danger of losing the fight because the doctor could have stopped it. But instead of fading, he fought through the pain and knocked Charles out. Many people later called it one of the bravest performances of his career. After that, he beat Don Cockle and then Archie Moore, another great name. Moore even knocked Rocky down early, but Rocky recovered and stopped him too. One by one, every challenger failed. The unbeaten exit. In 1956, Rocky made a surprising decision. He retired while still champion. He said he wanted to think about his family and avoid the sad endings that happened to so many fighters. He had seen great champions stay too long. He did not want that for himself. He briefly thought about coming back later, especially when big money was offered. but in the end, he stayed retired. That choice protected something no one else has matched in heavyweight history: a perfect professional record of 49 wins, 0 losses. That record became the center of his legend. Some people argued about the era he fought in. Some said certain opponents were old or past their peak. Those debates never fully stopped. But one fact could not be changed: no one beat him. The debate never ends. Years later, the biggest fantasy debate became Rocky Marciano versus Muhammad Ali. Their names stood for two very different kinds of greatness. Rocky was pressure, endurance, and raw force. Ali was speed, movement, and genius. In the late 1960s, a strange media project was created to imagine that dream fight. Both men took part in a filmed computer fight, and different endings were shown in different places. In some versions, Marciano won. In others, Ali won. It only added more fuel to the endless argument over who would have won for real. But Rocky would never live long enough to see how that debate would grow. The final flight. In August 1969, just before his 46th birthday, Rocky got on a small private plane. The weather was bad, and the flight ended in disaster. The plane crashed, and Rocky Marciano was killed. His death shocked the boxing world. It was sudden, brutal, and deeply sad. A man who had survived wars, cuts, knockdowns, and the hardest hitters in the sport was gone in an instant. For many people, that tragic ending only made his legend feel even larger. He had already become something more than a champion. He had become a symbol of willpower,